to be installing Windows 7 on a HP compact computer. All I did was put my installation disk in the disk drive, and now I'm going to say F9 to boot from the disk. No, it doesn't want to come up to that. So all I'm doing right now is pressing Control-Alt-Delete to restart. And then I come to that menu, press F9. Yes, I would like to boot from my disk. And then yes, I press a key. In order to do that, now we're going to be patient and let Windows load the files. Now this window has come up. It just says Windows 7 and it wants to know what language I'd like to install, and I'd like to do English. And then yes, English, time and currency, English. I'm in the United States and my keyboard is from the United States. So I click next and I'll click install. It's going to start the setup. I need to accept the license terms, so click the box down here, click next. In some cases you would upgrade if you're going from 7 to 8, but the way W.A.C.D does it, we do a custom install, and that way we make sure our hard drive is completely wiped, and we delete that, and then we create a new drive, and we're going to go with the default size. So click apply, and yes, I'm fine with it. Create a partition. It won't. That's in case of you need to do recovery. It's not going to let you do it unless you create that partition. So default drive, you click next. So now it's going to run through installation here. Don't need to do anything. It'll come up and ask you to create a user account next. So until then, it may reboot. Leave it alone. Do not do anything to it. Make sure you keep power to the machine during that time. Okay, so like I said, this is the section where you're gonna name your computer and put in a username. So if you've had a W.A.C.D computer, you'll see that we have our W.A.C.D account. That's what that is. And I'll just leave this just computer name. You can always change that later. It won't affect anything. And then, so once you've done that, you can click next. And then you're going to need to put in a password. And really any password you want. I would suggest a good password. And I will put in my password. Click next when you're done with that. I would suggest choosing recommended settings. These are actually pretty good settings. And over at W.A.C.D, we're on East Time in Indiana. And let me verify the time. That is the correct time and the correct date. It is good to have the correct time and date, specifically for when you're trying to do Windows updates. So we'll just let this go. It's coming up right now. If you don't have the right date or time, sometimes you won't get the updates. And that way, like with Internet Explorer won't work or stuff like that. So when you're coming into your user account for the first time, it'll tell you that it's preparing your desktop, and that's what it's doing right now. So we'll just let this go. We are almost completed with installing Windows 7. Show you a couple more things once we get in. now it has prepared my desktop and I'm logged in. A few recommended settings which you might have seen in your other videos, but if you want to go on your desktop and right click and go to personalize, screensaver, you're going to change your power settings. Specifically and most important is hibernation mode that we go for. So we'll change that setting once it comes up. Okay, I always set it to high performance, and I don't want my display to turn out. Specifically, do not want it to go to sleep. That's not really good for your computer. And then I like to see all my icons, so I right click on the taskbar down here and I go to properties, and then I click customize, and I want to always show all my icons. So okay, next thing you want to click start, and you're going to want to right click on computer, go down to properties, and then click on device manager. I see that I have a few drivers here that I need to get. Those drivers I would say I might not get from updates, but I'm glad those are the only two. Sometimes you'll need to get your Ethernet driver in order to get internet, but I have it automatically, so I can come in here and click Windows Update, and then see that my computer checked for updates as soon as I logged in. So I can come in here and it says I have a driver coming in and a service pack. These are all good updates, so I'll say OK. And 14, yep, these are good. One for my Ethernet and a chipset driver. Maybe those drivers will take care of those two missing there. So once you've done that, click OK. Install. Yes, I accept the terms. So it'll install these now, and once it's done, it'll tell me that it's done installing them and that it will need to reboot to complete it. I'll do that, and that is how you install Windows 7 Pro. One thing to note in your properties here, if it's not activated here, you will want to click activate now, and your Windows 7 code you will want to enter there and activate it. You will need internet access or at least phone access in order to activate your Windows 7 code. So that's about it. Thank you for watching.